Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, part of the Cup Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And we can always come here first to quench your thirst. Yes, I am here again alone because I told Logan that I was not completely satisfied with the shells of bombs that he brought into the village. They were all right. They all right. But they weren't bombshelling like I wanted them to bombshell. And so I knew I needed him to go back and make sure the bombshells in Casa are top tier. Like, go make sure they're top tier bombshells to actually turn some heads on each side. So that's what I did. And that's why Logan is not here right now because he's going to make sure those shells are actually bombshelling when we get Casa Amor, which we are getting in 3 days now. Which I'm so excited about. I cannot wait. This is what we've been waiting on. But anyway, I am Lana, your resident evil diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently not drinking anything because I left my water in the other room. Isn't that interesting? Got water, left in the other room. But that's okay. That's all right. I do have my cup mug. And for me, I will celebrate me and my panel full of cup mugs. Panel full of cup mugs. And you can get your cup mugs or any of our cup merch at lanagscreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. Um, and we do ship internationally and domestically here in the US and Canada and Mexico. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch, period. But yes, we are here to talk about Love Island before I get into all of the details of the foolishness and drama that unfolded. Hit the subscribe button here on this page and on our other pages. We are a part of a network, so we have 3 other channels that you can go check out. Drag, if you're a fan of drag or drag race, if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, or you're a fan of WWE wrestling, we have channels for you. Hit the subscription, hit the links below in our link tree. Get all of our YouTube links. Also, our Spotify or our audio podcast links. So if you want to check us out on any of the check us out on the go. Do that. You can join our membership where you have early access and exclusive content from all 4 channels. Um, so hit all those buttons so you support us. Check out all of our social pages on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the Cup Pod. Do all of those things, and we will really, really appreciate you. Thank you. Now let's talk about Love Island, episode 15. And baby, it was something. Now I will say this because I gave the bombshells a hard time. I was like, I don't know nothing about. They're not that, and I still don't think they bombshelled like when Miguel and when Nicole and Andrea and Liv came in. They didn't bombshell like that when Hakeem and old boy came in. Like they didn't bombshell like that. But throughout this episode, they were doing better. They were much better than I gave them credit for at the beginning. So it was all right, though. It was all right. We saw them come in. We saw them talking to everybody who twisted in the challenge, and they seemed to hit it off. Some of them, like we saw um, Nigel talk to Janae. We saw uh, Kenny talk to. Did he talk to Leah? He talked to Leah. He talked to Leah. We saw Kenny talk to Leah, and we saw Kendall talking to Cassidy, and so all of them had first conversations, and it was lovely to see them talk. Everybody seemed to get along really. They had those initial good chats. So, nice to meet you, so and so. Tell me what about yourself. Tell me what you're doing. Blah 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 blah. And so they had really nice chats. Come to find out that um, both Janae and Nigel like to travel. Janae's a military brat, so she's traveled all over. She lived in Japan for 5 years. She's very well traveled and, cultured, and Nigel appreciated that. Kenny thought Leah was funny. He loved her pets and talked about her animals. And Kendall and Cassidy talked about their love of dogs. And just they found each other interesting and cool. Like she liked his personality. And this was interesting because Cassidy came in from what we heard, she came in wanting to go after Rob because she thought he was so sexy. But her whole thing did a 180 when she got in the villa because, as she puts it, I came in with people in mind who I wanted, but personalities turned me off, and looking at Rob behaviors turned me off. They definitely took a dig at Rob because Rob was rolling his eyes and doing Rob. Like, he all up in his feelings. I still think, like, if you go be like that, what the heck are you there for? You should have left with Andrea. If that's how you go act, why be here just to be the Debbie Downer of the group? Like, stop. Then we saw Nigel pull Serena, and they talked, and they had a good conversation. It was decent. Then everybody came down who was stuck on the balcony. They finally came down and met the new bombshells. Everybody seemed cool. Everybody was getting to know each other. Everybody, they asked who their top three girls were and who top three guys were. Kenny was like Leah and Janae. And Nigel was like Leah and Janae. And so that was kind of cute. Later on that evening, Kenny made sure he was going to. He made that he let me know that he's going to talk to Janae. He wanted to talk to her. She seemed like a good person, and he wanted to, have a chat with her. And so then we saw people breaking off into couples talking. We saw Serena and Cordell finally go have their chat to talk about why Serena twisted and why Cordell stayed. Cordell told her that he felt stupid. He was like being very honest and like, I felt really dumb that you twisted off the floor. And she was like, let me tell you why. And because we had the conversation right before saying that we were going to be open, I felt like this was the moment that we both could be open and twist and have, conversations with new people and let our intentions be known to everyone that we both are open still. We hadn't locked anything down as of yet. And so he kind of understood that. He was like, yeah, that makes sense. I get it. We aren't locked down. We are open. She was like, but you just know that I still like you. And, that's what it is. So he was kind of like, okay, that's, I think he was still a little hurt, of course, but he understood why she did it. You can understand things and still be hurt. Both can be true. And that's what he was. Then we saw the conversation with Kendall and Nicole before that, because we saw Nicole just literally like very upset, visibly upset about Kendall making his decision. And she was talking to the girls and they were talking about, she was like, anybody else shocked at Kendall's decision? And everybody was like, not really shocked, but I mean, we understand. And so she didn't like that. She did not like hearing the girls or some of the girls in her eyes defending Kendall's decision. And they were like, and I don't think they were defending. I think they were just playing devil's advocate because you have to see both sides of the coin. She was like, she wanted them to be like, yeah, girl, he was so wrong for that. But that's not the case because she is openly or was openly, I don't know if it still was or not, but she was openly at this point talking to two different guys and openly saying, I want to get to know both of them. So he was trying to protect his heart to make sure that he didn't just stand there when he thought she was going to leave. And she wanted him to use that as a gesture of I'm fighting for you. I'm showing you that I'm here for you. And in his mind, he was like, I didn't think you were going to be there when the thing opened. I thought you were going to be on the podium because you were actively seeking to, other people. And I wanted to show you that I'm okay with that I also am actively seeking other people. And she didn't like that. But they tried to play devil's advocate, and she kind of got a little hurt by that. And she was like, they were like, no, 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 we're not saying we don't agree with you. We agree with both of you. Like, we see his point, but we also see your point. Both things can be true. And it was just she didn't like that. But then her and Kendall did end up having a conversation, and they talked about it, and he explained to her just what he said about not thinking she was going to be there. She told her piece, and they kind of came to some sense of I understand. We both thought about this game differently, and we went about it differently, but we still are in the same spot. She was a little more annoyed with him, but I think once she calmed down and thought about it, she was just like, okay, logically speaking, I can't be upset that he's saying wants to explore other things because I'm doing the same thing, and I can't be upset to see him explore other things because he had to watch me do that. And I think he thought the same way. I think they came to a good place. I don't know what it's going to how it's going to, crystallize, like it's going to come together in some point, how it's going to match, but I don't know. We'll see how they work. Um, then we see what else we see. Everybody's going to bed at this point. They go to bed. Um, Cassidy's still saying she doesn't really have a type. She's just going by a personality. Oh, she did have a quick conversation with Rob at the bar type deal. And he was kind of like, she kind of was like, oh, you coming out your shell, because he was talking more and talking to her, and he was like, oh, I'm not a shy person, not in my shell. He was like, oh, you just seem very quiet, you didn't talk much at all when I got here. And he was like, well, all you gotta do is say hi, I'll talk. And I'm like, bruh, why she got to come to you? You obviously ain't interested in her because you stuck on that other girl. And she felt the vibe. So she was kind of like, ooh, okay, stand off. And you gave her the standoff vibe. So you just want women to fall at your feet. Rob, we see you. We see you. You are not in it. Like, Rob is not off of my list of people who I don't want to see. Like, Rob could still go. And I'm okay for Rob to go. He should have left because he's acting like a Debbie Downer and a PI up in here in Love Island. So it's kind of like, seriously. Um, so everybody goes to bed. Next morning, early morning, um, Nigel gets a text before anybody wakes up, before the curtains open. He gets the text and he wakes up Kenny and he wakes up Cassidy, and they read that they have a date, a secret date, and they have to go wake up. They have to go wake up the Islanders, who they want to go on this date with, and whisk them away. And so Kenny wakes up Janae, Nigel wakes up Serena, and Cassidy wakes up Miguel, and they all go get ready and get whisked away off, go to the docks, get on a boat to go out into this floating bar boat. And it was beautiful in the middle of the ocean. So they're out in the middle of the ocean, just the six of them, and they're having drinks and eating food and doing water things, diving off the boat and swimming and tubing and scuba dive. Oh, it was beautiful. I thought it was romantic. It was sweet. It was such a beautiful place, such a zen vibe. Like, I would be on that thing just relaxing, like, but they were having a good time. It was fun. Everybody was in their couples and enjoying themselves. We saw Miguel and Cassidy talking, and they ended up kissing, and it was a good kiss. From what I can see, it was a good kiss. She enjoyed it. He wanted to let her know that he was definitely interested in talking to her more, and he wanted to mark his territory apparently. So he kissed her. Janae and Kenny were talking and feeding each other pizza, and he was just like, I've been staring at your lips all day. And she was like, why? He was like, because I just really want to get a taste. And so she gave him a little, a little peck on his, little peck, not nothing, significant. And in her, she said that she wants to make them want her. She wants to, they can't get everything all at once. She said, I did that and it didn't work. So I'm changing it up. I'm not going to give them everything at once. And they have to earn it. And so I'm like, okay, work, Janae. Um, and then Nigel was giving Serena all the compliments, how beautiful she was. Her smile was so beautiful. How, she got great lips. And he was like, I bet you're a great kisser. And she was like, I mean, maybe. And he was like, maybe I could try. Maybe I could see for myself. And she was like, maybe later, because I am still in a couple and I want to respect that couple because I don't want to come off as being disrespectful. And he was like, I respect that. I respect that. And so he didn't get no kiss. And I was like, okay, Serena. Okay, Serena, you make me, you frustrate me, but I still respect you. Like, she's so frustrating to me because we want the love for Cordell. We want that, but it's so frustrating that but she does something like this. You're like, oh, maybe she really do like him. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. But I just know that I still like her and I still like Cordell. And I know people don't like her and they will try to make me not like her, but I don't know. I don't know if they can make me not like her. They can make me be mad at her and frustrated with her, but I don't think I can just not like her. Like, she's not moving down out my list of favorites. I just like her. I just do. But so they have a great time on the date. Everybody wakes up like, hold on, what the heck are they? And so Cordell's freaking out. He was like, it's a date. It gotta be a date. Oh, he took my girl on a date. It's a date. Um, Liv was like, oh, okay. Because just the night before, Liv and Miguel had a conversation, and he was like, I only am interested in you sexually. That's about it. Not, I can't see nothing long term. So she was kind of deflated with that, but we know Liv just like, we move on. Um, Yeah, let's see what else happens. So Aaron and Rob are having a conversation. Of course, the bros are back together, talking about Leah and how she is not being honest with people, and how he just doesn't think it's. He said, "I don't think there's a chance for us. Like, I don't see a world where me and her could actually be together, and so I'm going to." Nip it in the bud. I'm gonna let her know that it's not happening. And Aaron was like, I mean, you do what you got to do, because they both still on her. She's the mastermind behind Andrea going home. And baby, I am so sick and tired of hearing that girl's name about how she went home. I swear to God, Rob should have just left with her. Just left with her. Be in that hotel with her. Like, oh, just leave already. It's so frustrating, so annoying, but ugh, it's just like she's the mastermind behind this whole thing. She did it so she can get back with me. I find that so petty. I don't like it. Yada yada yada. And Aaron is scared co-sign and everything because that's his bro. Yeah, bro. Yup, sure did. Uh-huh. And it's like, okay, all right. Okay, all right. Please, can we move on? So he's gonna say that he's gonna let her know that he's just not into her and anymore, and the window is closed with them. Like, there's no them anymore, so don't try. Um Meanwhile, everybody comes back from the date. They're all excited about having a good time that they had. And um, yeah, they were like, it's going to be, we had a good time. That's what it is. It's fun. So they told them about the floating bar. Everybody had a good time. Cordell, well, then they go get dressed for the night so they can go back for the nightly activities. Um, they come back, they do their cheers or whatever, people go talk. So we do have a conversation with Cordell and Serena again, and she tells him about the date. He asks her about the date. She tells him about it, telling how good it was. And well, first she said, yeah, we went on a date. It was beautiful. It was lovely. We had a great time, great conversation. And you know how dates make out. And so we made out. And Cordell was just like, heart sank. She was like, I'm just kidding. We didn't make. And he was like, oh no. Like, man, oh my God. Like, my heart was in my stomach. Oh my God. Like, he was so like, she said, I had to get you back for that fire pit speech that you made, had me all shaking and everything. And he was like, touche, touche. It was like, okay. But yeah, she was like, but no, we didn't make out. He asked him for a kiss, and I told him no because I wanted to respect the couple that I was in. She was like, I mean, I don't want to disrespect you in any way. And she was like, I do like you more than I like anybody else here. You are still my number one. And I just didn't want to disrespect you. And so I didn't kiss him. And he was like, oh my gosh, the relief. He just felt so much relief. He was so like giddy, like, yeah. But he was like, oh, well, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It was nice. It was a nice moment with them. I like I say, I don't know. I want to take the band-aid off of their broken heart on my visual, but I don't think I can yet. I need more reassurance that they're more solid than that. But I think they're so cute. And yeah, I don't know. I hope they can turn it around. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Um, then we had Serena and Leah had a conversation, and she was like, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell Connor that I'm not into him. Because Connor had a conversation with Rob earlier, and he was kind of like, she's lying, and she knows, I think she has to know that I know. And she has to know that we know that she's lying to us and all this stuff. And he's like, she just won't say anything. And like, I don't know. So she tells Serena that she thinks she's just going to have to tell Connor that she's just not into him, um, because she really wants to try to get back with Rob, apparently. And so she's going to let him know. So she takes him to the docks, and she was like, you caught me at a very vulnerable moment in here. And I was very hurt and trying to move on, but quickly finding out that I am not moved on yet. And I still do like him. And I don't want to hurt you in the process. And I don't want to string you along and da da da. So she ends it with Connor. And I'm going to be honest. I laughed. I laughed. I paused and laughed some more and cackled and laughed some more because my guy, if karma was a word, if karma was a picture, because karma is a word, but if karma was a picture, it'll be Connor at this moment. Like, you're a clown. You are a clown. Like, this was the easy decision. Remember that? Yeah, I knew it was her. I gave her a 7. Because I wanted to shade her a little bit. Like, remember that? Okay. It was interesting. It was wow. 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 I'm sorry, looking back, I thought I saw something. But yeah, so I laughed. I laughed constantly. I laughed consistently throughout that moment. I was like, oh, the collateral damage. Leah was collateral damage to Rob. Rob was now, I mean, not Rob. And then Connor. Janae was collateral damage to Connor. And now Connor is collateral damage to Leah. And now Leah's going to be collateral damage to Rob all over again. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, crazy. Oh, I laughed. I was like, you deserve all of this. I am not, I felt nothing for you. Did I feel bad for him at all? Absolutely not. There was no part of a bone in my body. I was like, oh, I feel bad for Connor. I felt nothing for him but laughter, giddiness, excitement, and I will feel nothing but that until he's completely out of his villa. Just like, I don't like this man. No, there's no redeeming qualities for me in him. I laughed, I chuckled. It was hilarious. And baby, that's it. That's it. And so he was like, oh no, no hard feelings. I get it. I mean, I kind of knew. I kind of knew. I'm like, if you knew, you would have broken off with her first. But no, you didn't because you're trying to stay in the villa because you have nowhere else to go. You have nowhere else to go. But maybe he maybe has nowhere else to go. But it was what it was. Yeah, he was a little hurt, little. I get it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and I will continue to laugh at him. I will continue to laugh at him. But yeah, that was that. It was that conversation. They move on. Um, what else happened? They oh yes. Now we'll get to this point because I was trying to say that for last because that's the last thing happened. So Rob pulls Leah after her conversation with Connor, and he pulls her to tell her that he is close to her from this point on. But he starts the conversation like, "You look nice." She's like, "Thanks. So do you." He's like, "Okay, well," I just wanted to let you know that I um have no hard feelings for you. I just know that you have lied to me on some certain things about certain things, and I am not happy about that. And just know that I know that you lied about some things. So she's like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "You lied about the whole Andrea thing, the vote, and saying that you took a back seat. And that's not what I was hearing that actually happened." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" So he told her what his sources were, what the conversations was. And she was like, "Wait, no, hold on. Liv, come over here." So she brings Liv over so they can hash it out of what is going on. And so Liv is like, "What's going on? What's up?" And so she said, "Why is this man saying that I lied to him about the vote? Explain to me that." And so Liv was like, "Well, you said that you were telling him that you took a back seat on the process when that's not what happened. You were very much involved in what the vote was." And so, of course, Leah's like, "That's not true. I was not that, like, da da da." Okay, so here's the thing. Both Leah and Liv were wrong in this situation where they not wrong, but the information was wrong because Leah didn't take a complete backseat to the vote. Like she brought up Andrea. She was because I mean they already said Janae wasn't gonna go. So it was only between two other people. So she brought up the points for Andrea. Um Leah brought up the points for Nicole. It was what it was. And um Leah just was like, she just gave her points. Like, this is what I think she should go. Da 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 da. And then Liv gave her points for why Nicole should go. Da 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 da. So it was like just a people they all stated their reasons why they felt like this person should have gone. Did I feel like Leah was the end all be all for the reason why Andrea left? No, absolutely not. But she didn't take a complete back seat. She just said, and then here's the thing. I also think Rob is taking some of the things she said and twisting it just a little bit to make Leah look like the complete villain. Is Leah innocent in all this? No. Is she the complete villain? No. Um, because the girls made it a point to say that everything was unanimous. It was a unanimous vote. And when it wasn't, the people who are like Liv is trying to claim, like, I didn't vote for Andrea. I voted for Nicole, which is true. But I'm like, then why did you say it was a unanimous vote? Like, it was a consensus. That would have been the better word. Like, it was a consensus. We all stick behind what we did. We all stick to the vote. We agreed to it. Once the vote happened, we agreed to it, and that was it. It wasn't unanimous. It was a consensus, and the majority won. Period. Um, so that was that. But they were taking, Leah was like very upset that Liv would say that she wasn't. Liv was like, look, you just need to own your stuff. Like, own what you said. Because Rob was like, well, you said that you didn't say anything bad about Andrea and nothing bad about me. Nothing bad about me. She said, I didn't say anything bad to her about you. And which Andrea even said in the interview afterwards that she didn't say anything directly to her, but she would make comments loud enough in the dressing room with the girls so that she could hear it. But she didn't come up and directly say, Andrea, Rob is this. Andrea, Rob is that. She would just make general comments and say, Rob is this, Rob is that. And Andrea would hear it. And so it wasn't like she directly told her, but she kind of told her, was speaking bad about him. And it was just like, but he was doing the same thing. He would just speak it not to Andrea, or maybe to Andrea, but not to Leah. It's just, they both did that. So I'm like, that's kind of crazy because y'all both petty. Um, and so he was just like, you didn't say that. You said that you didn't speak bad about me, but then come to find out that you did. Da da da. He was mad, so she was mad. Liv was mad, and so Liv was like, "Look, I'm not going to deal with you," because Liv was just cussing her out, just yelling at her and cussing her out. And Liv was like, "I'm not going to talk to you like this. You can't talk to me like an adult. Then I'm not going to talk to you like this. We're not going to do this." So she walks away. She says, "You just need to own your stuff." Period. Point blank. And Leah was just like, and so we did have Serena and Leah and Janae and Kayla come over because Serena was like, we're not going to just jump on Leah. That's just not what we do. Not go gang up on her. And they were like, we're not ganging up on her. We just want to get the facts out. And so she was like, let's just get the facts out there. So they got the facts. And Kayla came over to put her 2 cents in because they were like, we all need to be involved in this. Because even though Kayla wanted to come and Aaron was trying to stop her, like, stay out of this. That ain't your business. She was like, no, because I was a part of that. And so this is kind of my business. I need to stand up and say what I need to say for my part and what happened. And it was, so they all came, said their piece. Rob was like, okay, well, it doesn't matter because I'm close to you. I'm not, we won't be together or whatever. So don't try. And that's it. And he walked away. So people like, you need to talk? He's like, I'm just going to go to the docks. I need a minute. So Leah's sitting there crying. Rob is at the docks. And everybody who is looking around is like, oh, what the heck is going on? In the meantime, we see in the background, Cordell is talking to Cassidy, and they just chit-chatting. They ain't studying what's happening over there. But the new boys and Kendall and Miguel are sitting there like, what is going on? And they were like, oh, well, welcome to night one in the villa. They were like, wow. And so that's it. That's how it went off. And then we see the previews for tonight's episode where Leah's still very shooken and sad, and Rob is venting to Connor about how she lied, deny, and all that. And then we find out that it's a recoupling tonight, and from yesterday was being 4 days, but today 3 days now. So Monday we get Casa, which I'm very excited about. This is where the true test comes in, and I cannot wait and see what happens. So I will be back here tomorrow to talk about tonight's episode, and we will get that done. We'll see who is our new couples of the week going into Casa. It's going to be interesting. I really can't wait. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I'm going to be sat and I'm going to be watching, and it's going to be all good. And I hope you come back and join me tomorrow to talk more of Love Island. I'll be here. You can come join me. Leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think. Are you excited about Casa? Let me know. And yeah, follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod. Hit the subscribe button on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Hit the subscribe button on your way out and the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. Go follow all of our other channels and go follow us on our audio podcast links as well. Get your cup merch, period. Join our membership, get exclusive content and early access. And yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. Do, 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 do. I think I did it right that time. Bye.